A rivalry that changed boxing forever is not just a story of punches thrown inside the ropes. It is a timeless clash of wills, personalities, pride, and destiny that reshaped the very soul of boxing and transformed it from a brutal contest into a global cultural phenomenon. Because when two fighters collide at the peak of their powers, the sport itself is forced to evolve, and history remembers not just who won or lost, but what was awakened in the hearts of millions, as this legendary rivalry ignited arenas, stopped nations, and redefined greatness by blending raw violence with emotional drama, strategic brilliance with uncontrollable rage, and personal hatred with professional legacy, turning every round into a chapter of an epic saga where speed battled strength, technique clashed with aggression, and confidence danced dangerously close to arrogance, while the world watched breathlessly as the fighters carried the hopes of entire generations on their shoulders. Knowing that this was more than a fight, it was a mirror reflecting society's hunger for heroes, villains, redemption, and dominance. As microphones caught trash talk that became folklore, cameras captured stare-downs that felt like war declarations, and every bell rang like a countdown to destiny, pushing both men beyond physical limits into psychological warfare where fear had no place and hesitation meant destruction. And with each encounter the rivalry deepened, rewriting records, shattering expectations, and proving that true rivalries are born not from matchmaking but from collision of ideologies. One fighter representing discipline, patience, and calculated precision, the other embodying chaos, power, and unfiltered ferocity, forcing fans to choose sides, debates to rage endlessly, and analysts to rewrite what they thought they knew about boxing, as gyms around the world echoed with trainers studying the footwork, timing, defense, and heart displayed in these battles. Young fighters dreaming of someday creating a rivalry half as legendary, while critics admitted that moments like these cannot be manufactured because they emerge when greatness refuses to bow, when pride refuses to break, and when defeat only sharpens the hunger for revenge, turning rematches into events that felt larger than life, where every jab carried history and every knockout attempt carried consequence, as champions were crowned, dethroned, and immortalized, proving that boxing's true power lies not just in violence but in storytelling. Because this rivalry changed how fights were promoted, how athletes were branded, how audiences connected emotionally, and how legends were measured, not by undefeated records alone, but by courage to face the same enemy again and again under the brightest lights, knowing that legacy is forged not in easy wins but in unforgettable wars. And long after the final bell faded and the gloves were hung up, the echoes of this rivalry continued to shape boxing's future, inspiring movies, documentaries, debates, and dreams, standing as a permanent reminder that when the right fighters meet at the right time with everything on the line, boxing transcends sport and becomes history written in sweat, blood, and unbreakable will. Asterisk.